The Olmsted Plein Air Invitational of 2018 was my first opportunity to see some places outside of Atlanta. In particular, I was in the northern part of the state, near the mountains of Georgia, and the Lake Raven area. It was a great place to visit, and I hope to get back there really soon. When I traveled to the northern part of Georgia in 2018, I was very lucky to have my host family show me some spots along the way that were very popular, and really great spots to paint, like Lake Raven, the village at Lakemont, also the winding roads up through the mountains. I can recall these turnouts, and I returned to one of them to do a painting. You can overlook the valley and these great vistas of the hills and mountains rolling back through Georgia. So really great locations. Some of them reminded me of northern New England in many ways, which was really kind of cool. There was also a place called Estatoah Falls that we turned out and took a little sidetrack off the road to. And I got out and took some photographs and was trying to take the place in as much as I could. And I remember, I think parking may have been a little difficult, so didn't spend too much time there, but I really wanted to try to return to it. But it never worked out for the next few days while in that area. And I can recall being in Atlanta and saying, boy, that was the one spot I wish I could have returned to. So anyway, 2020 comes around for the Olmsted Reimagined, and each artist is sort of tasked with one painting to submit for what they would call a competition piece. And I started to go back to my photographs, and it didn't take long for Estatoah Falls to really catch my eye as like, wow, that's something I need to try to revisit and paint. And these days there's a lot of studio work going on, and I'm doing certain subject matter, a lot of coastal New England, and working on different types of scenes and some nocturnes. So this scene of this waterfall in Georgia, I wanted to figure out how I could put my own twist onto it. So it didn't take long for me to figure out, like, well, why don't I just turn this into a nocturne? And I remember my reference photographs were very close to that sort of, pre-dusk time, really late afternoon. And I think that the clouds were coming and going, and it was, raining a bit those few days. So I remember, sort of this great feeling of harmony in those woods, of color and of the greens, and I just wanted to try to recapture that, but I also wanted to try to put it into a night scene, which is what I'm working on now for a lot of my scenes of coastal New England. So it took a little bit of challenging preparation to try to figure out how I was going to do this, because I don't paint waterfalls that often. Most of the water I paint is flat or crashing. But those elements of how water moves, I probably have a little bit of grasp of it from my history of painting different types of water and movement. So had fun time learning how to do this particular waterfall in the way that I wanted to do it, and it's just a great experience to revisit something I didn't get a chance to do. I hope to get to return there in person someday soon, but for now, it was really nice to have sort of a catalyst to return to this spot from my studio here in Rhode Island. And I hope you enjoy it too, and thank you for watching.